Good morning, fellow YouTube viewers. Today I'll be doing another video on Windows 10 running on a Pentium 4. Looked at 3.06 GHz. I tried to do the video yesterday, but it didn't render properly. I used a screenshot utility on the computer, and yeah, like I said, it didn't render. It wasn't rendering properly, and it came in all different colors. So I had to take the video off YouTube, and I'm redoing it now as we speak. It would be done by now, but yeah. So I'm going to redo this video, you guys, give you the benchmarks, a look through how Windows 10 does perform on an Intel Pentium 4 processor. This is a hyper-threaded processor. This is on an Acer Expire SA80 computer. Has 2 gig, 667 megabyte DDR2 memory, so it has 2 gig. It has 250 gig SATA hard drive in there, plus a 2 terabyte Seagate Barracuda in there for external storage. So at one point I did have this computer used as a file server running Windows Server 2008 because it couldn't run R2 or 2012, as yeah, you needed a dual core processor for that. And so yeah. So the intro is going to start now, and you'll have a look at the computer all booted up. This is the desktop of Windows 10, as you can see by the taskbar. I'll just show you the system. So I'm not telling you the hokey pokies. So it is an Intel Pentium 4 CPU clocked at 3.06 GHz, but it actually is clocked at 3.07 GHz. For some reason Windows 10 only detects it at 3.06. Has 2 gig memory. This is a 32-bit OS, so I just installed a 32-bit. It can run a 64-bit operating system on this. CPU can run 64-bit, has 64-bit written technology, or whatever you want to call it. It is hyper-threaded as well. So that's that. So you're going to want to see how it runs. Let's open up Microsoft Word. So as a daily use sort of program. I've got Office 2010 installed because I'm not a big fan of Office 13. I probably will get Office 16 on this eventually when it comes out, because it looks a lot better than Office 13 in my opinion. So as you can see here, this is Office 2010. Let's just type something, a load of random garbage. So it is a bit slow, I'll admit, but it doesn't run too bad on a over 10 to 12-year-old CPU. So that's that. We'll play a video. I'll play this video. There's going to be no sound, guys. What do I do? We'll open it in Windows Media Player, because that's the main program you use these days. So I believe this is Windows Media Player 11, or it could be 12. I'm not exactly sure. As you can see here, it has issues with video playback. I wouldn't recommend using this to watch video. As you can see, there's a lot of lag right there. Now, I'm assuming this will be from the CPU. It is an old CPU, as I'll close that. See, there is certain points on the system where it will lag. So for example, I'm going to go into Task Manager and I'll show you. It has the Windows 8 style Task Manager as it loads. We'll go to Performance. So as you can see, CPU, it's not using a lot of the CPU at the moment. I find it is a lot more efficient than the other versions of Windows, like Windows 7, Windows 8. It's more efficient. It does use a bit of memory, I have noticed, though. It does use a bit of your memory, so that's why it's probably a bit slower as well. And yeah, I had it hooked up by a wireless card at one point, but I had to take that out. It's in my Dell GX270. So that's speakers. It does have sound. I managed to get the sound driver working. I couldn't get the sound driver working on that $5 PC that I got a couple of years ago. So So what I'll do is I'll open up a web browser. We'll open up a web browser. So I'll open up. What we'll do is we'll open up Microsoft Edge. Because not many people will be using Chrome, so I'll just go for the start menu. And one thing about it is you get the tiles there. Plus, if you want to have the full screen Windows 8 effect tiles, you can have that. That's a good thing. There's more customization in this version of Windows. And here is Microsoft Edge opening up. As you can see here, I'll move back. So this is Microsoft Edge. I don't really use this because I'm not a big fan of Microsoft web browsers. I use Google Chrome. So yeah. As you can see, it's slowly loading up. So I'll go to we'll open up YouTube, and if it wants to let me type a website, YouTube, and go enter. So it's loading up YouTube now. There you go, it's loading up YouTube. So we'll just quickly play a video, see what performance is like on a Pentium 4. So this video here will do. It's still a bit loading. Well, surely. Okay, we've got only secure content. Okay, rightio. Show all content then. Don't know what it's doing. It's thinking at the moment. Oh yeah, it's loading now, as you can see there. Sorry guys, it's not the best quality video you'll ever see because it's filming it on the iPhone 6. But I've got a battery coming from my Handycam, which I'll be using for filming more videos now. As you can see from that edit, there is a bit of lag. I'm not gonna lie, there is lag. I mean, if we can just get playing video alright here, I'll just show you here. And now it's crashed. Yeah, it's only alright there. So what I'll do is I'm going to close this now and show you some of the features right. Because you know how people were saying that they're going to get rid of the control panel in Windows 10? That's not closing. Don't know why. Close. This is why you don't use Microsoft web browsers. It's one thing I can't stand. They always tend to bloody crash. Since Windows Internet Explorer 8. And that is just crap browsing in itself. So there's the settings up here. So this is where you'll find most of your utilities now. This is where you'll go to update Windows. So you got the system here. Will take you through each. So I'll click system. So this can tells you this, so you can adjust the display. So you can adjust your notifications, apps and features. What programs do on the computer. It's got multitasking, tablet mode, power sleep, storage. So much storage the PC's got. Offline maps. Default apps. So basically this is where you see your apps to do what. So email, I use Thunderbird. Maps, it's the Windows Maps Music Player is Windows Media Player. Photo Viewer is just photos. What video player is VLC Media Player, and web browser is Google Chrome. And here you go. This is another place to find about the system. So it's Windows 10 Professional, Intel Pentium 4 CPU, 3.06, blah blah blah, same as before. So what I'll do is before we do the Geekbench, right? I'll quickly show you what the control panel looks like too. So just go right click control panel. It's loading. I'm going to select this because I like having it this sort of layout, but this is what it looks like in Windows 7, Windows 8 control panel. Got administrative tools, autoplay, backup and restore for Windows 7. So if you got to get rid of this and put Windows 7 back on, I say that's what it's there for. Or restore, like get all your files from Windows 7 over to here. So pretty much all the same stuff that was in Windows 8 and Windows 7. And I'd say maybe Vista as well, but I think this got redesigned in 7, so yeah, so that's that. You still right click on the start button here, you get this pop-up menu. So you get disk management, you can get control panel, file explorer, search, run. Run looks exactly like the same since Windows 95. Search is pretty much your search bar here. It's got command prompt. Yes. So pretty much it sort of has the same skin as it's sort of cross this version is sort of crossed Windows 8 with Windows 7. So that's your command prompt. Get the focus. So it says version 10.0.10.240, but it is actually built as 6.4, I believe. So yeah, and I would say that Windows Server next year will be built as either 6.4 or 6.5. So what I'm going to do now is run the Geekbench utility, so it's it right here. So it's just loading. I'll do a whole performance of this. It's in tryout mode, so I'm just going to go later. So we're going to do 32-bit. So we're just going to click Run Benchmarks. Sorry guys, it isn't the best. I'm trying to do the best. It'd be better once I get the handy cam going. This usually takes around 10 to 15 minutes to do, depending on or even longer depending on what sort of computer you're doing it on. The older and lower end computers will take longer, because it's got to go through everything. But your results will be found out. It'll open up a web page in your web browser and it'll tell you the results from there. So what it's doing is just, as you can see, the computer's down there is having a fun time. So that's the trash found computer, sorry. Like I said, it's not a bad computer for what you get, really, guys. I found it in the trash bin at work. It's around 2006, I'd say it would have been manufactured. It has DVD recordable drive. I put a new one in there because the other one was a bit funny. It was not really working properly. It has SD card readers, 3 USB ports on the front, so USB 2.0, an audio and mic jack on the front, and it has 5.1 surround on the back. I believe it has up to 4, maybe 6 USB ports on the back of it. One day I'll hopefully be able to upgrade this, because I want to upgrade it because it is a really good case. I don't want the case of these. Acer expires. Very good system. I have it running 24/7 all the time. I haven't heard it overheat. So yeah, so as you come back, it's halfway. Come back to here for you guys. It's about over 2 minutes through, and it's almost halfway completed. And yes, it works quicker with less programs open too. So if you don't use a computer, let it do this. it'll go a lot quicker. So it isn't too bad running. So really, you can run. The only issue is you won't be able to run on Pentium 4s that do not have SSE2 support. So I think it's from maybe Prescott and up. Pentium 4s might have SSE2 support. I'll have to look that up, and I'll let you know in the comment description down below. But yeah, I reckon this is a good upgrade. I reckon, my opinion, you might as well get it for free while it's out now. I mean, it's gonna be a bit buggy. I just recommend you might as well just upgrade. You might as well get it for free for the first year while it's here, because you'll never probably be able to get it for free again after that. So I don't know if Microsoft will ever make another OS that's free to the public, like what Apple does with Mac OS. But yeah. But I think this is a step in the right direction Microsoft need to go, and this is coming from an Apple fan. See, the issue with Windows 8 was, I have nothing against Windows 8. I like Windows 8. It's a very good OS, but I find that they shove too many features down people's throats. Well, it didn't have that customization with the start screen that everybody wanted. Because some people did like the start screen, some people didn't. And I reckon this should have been really classified as Windows 8, because this would have been a better way to go, better system. But yeah, but you always learn from your mistakes, guys. No one's ever going to release a perfect OS, and Microsoft and Apple are the same. Apple have released some very dodgy OSs over the past, but they always fixed them. Or both. But yeah. Sorry for the shaking. It gets a bit hard to hold these. I wish they made some sort of like iPhone stand, like tripod thing. That'd be nice. Yeah, in a couple of weeks I'll hopefully have the charger for my camera, so I can charge the battery and get it going again. I'm so excited to get that going, guys. So yeah, the new iPhone 6s has 12 megapixels, so if I was using an iPhone 6s you'll see better picture, but oh well, you can't have everything you always want, so yeah. This iPhone 6 is running off a 8 megapixel camera still. So really, if I've got a 6S, it'd be almost better than my Handycam, but I just feel more professional if I use a video camera. I can use the iMac for backdrops. I can have like sort of, you know, I can try and have sort of what I've seen on NoDQ YouTube channel with use the Mac screen to display, say, Twitter posts and stuff like that. That'd be good. So yeah. Okay, so it's finishing up now, so just open up the web browser, so Google Chrome's opening up. I'll zoom out a bit to get a bit of the screen. Here you go. So results are for the single core score is 745, multi-core score is 895. So this is a hyperthread, so it has a virtual second core. Yep, so it's a SATA 775 LGA. I think you can get a Core 2 Duo if you want to ever upgrade the CPU to dual core. You can. Tells you the motherboard and all that. So what I'm going to do, guys, is end this video here. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this has helped you out. If you haven't Pentium 4 the Prescott, you'll probably be able to upgrade to Windows 10. So I'm going to end this video now. Bye for now, and I hope you all have a great weekend.